Welcome back to this week's recipe. Today I'm going to make some protein keto pancakes. These have virtually no carbs in it and are very, very simple to make. You don't even need a blender, so stay tuned. So in case you're wondering what's with a beard, it's Halloween Saturday. I'm going as a Viking, so I'm growing my beard. This is only 5 days of growth. Pretty impressive, no? So now, while you tuned in, the recipe. So we're going to use 5 grams of coconut flour. We're going to use 2 to 3 eggs. 2 if they're large eggs, 3 if they're medium eggs. That's the full egg, no egg white, none of this nonsense. Half a scoop of protein, about 15 grams of protein. So I'm using a vanilla by Caged Pure Whey Isolate. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. When I make them nice and fluffy, this is going to do the job, make them rise. We can use coconut oil obviously to fry the actual pancakes themselves. I'm going to use about 10 grams of coconut oil, and that's going to make me 2 pancakes. And a bit of almond milk to the mixture as well, but eye this up because every time it's going to be a bit different with different protein powders and so forth. I'm going to eye it up just to make sure it's runny enough but not too runny. I'll show you what I mean. And stevia's just to taste, so I'm going to put around 10 drops, I think, maybe 15 drops. I know I said I'm not going to use drops anymore, but this is what I have to use this up. So I say 1.5 teaspoons of stevia. And I've got dark chocolate because I'm going to make a chocolate sauce for it. Chocolate sauce, just using 3 squares of this Lindt Excellent 90%. With some almond milk, and about almond milk around 2 tablespoons. I'm going to show you how I make this, but it's pretty simple. You just put it in a little pot and you bring it to boil and you simmer it. But let's get making these pancakes. So now we have everything ready. Like I said, we don't need a blender for this. You just need a good, decent sized mixing bowl. You can mix it in any order you want, but I'm going to put the eggs in first, mix it with the dry ingredients, which is the 5 grams of coconut flour and 1 teaspoon of baking soda and half a scoop of this protein as well. You can use any protein you want. Unless the vegan protein is really, really flavored, I don't recommend using it because it can come out a bit grassy, a bit green, you know. I'm going to use half a scoop for flavor, and I'm going to use 10 drops of stevia. I might use a bit more, but use however much you want. I'd recommend a teaspoon and a half personally. And with the chocolate, I've got it broken up and put into here, ready to go on the pan, not on the stove even, not the pan. And I'm going to add a bit of almond milk just to water it down a bit. You'll see what I mean, I'll show you. So I'm going to get mixing this. So I took preference for mixing the eggs with the coconut flour and the baking powder first, and then I'm going to add the half scoop of protein. So you can eyeball this, it's about 15 grams of protein. And in there we go, we can mix this up and then we can assess how much almond milk we actually need. In some cases you won't even need almond milk. I've got the perfect batter consistency. It's a bit lumpy, but those lumps will fade into the mixture when it's cooking. But that's enough for 2 pancakes. You can do 3 smaller pancakes, but I want to make 2 bigger pancakes. And yeah, so I didn't even need almond milk, but you might, depending on the size of your eggs, depending on how much water your protein absorbs, or how much of the liquid even, not water. But I'm going to get these on the stove. So let's get it flipping. So before you even attempt to flip it, I always recommend giving it a bit of a check. So that's a good check to see if it's holding together, and we're gonna flip it in 3, 2, 1. Whoops. Okay, so before we flip it, we can see it browning, we can see it rising. We're going to go in for the flip. We're going in for the flip, and let's flip it. And oh, we flipped it. We flipped the pancake successfully. I'm not gonna lie, I failed and kind of glued it back together, but you need to give it like 2 minutes, wait till it rises, wait till you can see it going golden brown on the outside, and that's a well flipped pancake. These pancakes look good and smell even better. Now while this is happening, we're gonna get the chocolate on the stove. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. So I put 2 tablespoons of almond milk in there. I'd say about actually 1.5 tablespoons. Gonna get this on the hob and I'll show you how this changes. So there, as you can see, it's in there with the milk. You can see the chocolate bubbling now. And I give it a little stir if the hammer's going to stay steady with a chopstick, just to make sure it's not burning. See that bit of kale there? Terribly wrong. But yeah, just give it a stir with the chopstick and it's almost done. This is how the pancakes came out. I'm going to pour the chocolate sauce over it and tell you the macros. So we are done with the pancakes. That's how they look. Nice and simple recipe to make. 371 calories, 31 grams of protein, 6 carbs, 1 from fiber, so technically 5 net grams of carbs, and 26 grams of fat. That's without the chocolate sauce. When you factor in the chocolate sauce as well, or the piece of chocolate plus the almond milk, so we're looking at, bear with me 1 second, just adding it in. So that's, you're looking at 549 calories, around 8 net carbs, 34 grams of protein and 42 grams of fat. Very, very simple to make. They do look a bit egg-like, that's because the predominant ingredient is eggs. But let me give these a taste test. I mean, they're very macro friendly for keto. I'll just tell you how they taste. Spot on, not too dry like most keto recipes. These taste really, really good. You can add some more sweetener in if you want, but I think those are sweet enough with 10 drops of stevia. And that's all for this video. Give me a massive thumbs up for the recipe, or at least a massive thumbs up for the beard, the commitment to Halloween. But until the next video, keep pushing those limits.